So, ìbọ́lọ́ ìbẹ̀ ènìyàn. Ìbẹ̀ Elédùmarè ọba àjíkí ọba afẹ́nifẹ́re ọba àjùwàpè. Agbinimọ́dẹ̀yìn afúnimọ́ṣẹ̀rẹ̀gùn. Ọba alógunlọ́lá ní ìlẹ́yẹ. Ọ̀gbọ̀gbà tí gbára àdúgbò abo ọgbọ̀gbọ̀ tí fi yọmọ ẹ̀nú ọ̀fìn ìbà. Ìbà lọ́ọ̀dá gbọ́ngbọ́n bàbá koríko èrò àkàtàpá wa bá lóṣùn. Aṣọ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dínlógún ẹ̀ lásọ sàpọ̀nà. Ọ̀kan ni yínmiyínmi ń gbé kin. Ọgọgọ rúmọrúmọ apanimọ̀ àgún olókìkí òru. Ìbà lọ́wọ́ yín àti ìdímùjẹ èèyàn. Ẹ̀yin la jẹ ẹran òru ajẹ̀dọ̀ èèyàn mọ́bì. Àtòrú òru jẹ fún ọ̀gálantá. Ẹ̀yin la jẹ ẹran òru. Mo bẹ̀ yín lónìí, ẹ má jẹ́ kí tọwọ́ bọ́. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí tilẹ̀ ó gbọ́n dànù, ẹ má jẹ́ kí tẹsẹ̀ ó gbọ́n dànù. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí tilẹ̀ ó pọ̀ ju tẹnu lọ. Ìbà yín o. Láàlú dọ́rẹ̀ ilẹ̀ oríta mẹ́ta ọ̀nà ọ̀run. Òfẹ́ bàtàkù jó bàǹbàmù. Ẹlẹ́kùn sunkún láàárọ̀ yẹn ṣẹ́jẹ̀ onímọ̀ ìsúnmi láàárọ̀ yẹn sùn fún. Ẹ̀bàrà jẹ́ látọ̀ pa. Èṣù mọ́ ṣe mí, ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá, mọ́ ṣàwọn alátìlẹyìn mi. Ọ̀tá gbogbo wa ni wọ́n bá wà dà láàmú kọ́mọ fìtínátì wọn. Ìbà rẹ̀ ò láàlú. Ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ ilẹ̀ dọ́rẹ̀. Mọ́jà sílẹ̀ tẹ́ mọ́jà tójú lẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Mọ́jà gun ayé mọ́jà ogun alẹ́sẹ̀ mọ́jà di sọ́fẹ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà. Aṣọ ọ̀ka ènìyàn mọ́jà tẹ́. Ẹni táṣẹ̀ tá bẹ̀ tí ò ní gbẹ́ Elédùmarè ó dọwọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹ mọ́jà bá rẹ̀ níbẹ̀ dò papọ̀. Kí ló gbé wa wá sórí ìkànnì ilé nìí? Wọ́n ní ìrìn àjò kan tí olóyè Sunday Igboho rìn lọ sí ìlú Kogi. Àwọn ẹ̀yà Yorùbá tó wà ní Kogi bíi Kaba, bíi Ẹ̀gbẹ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ láwọn ìlú wọ̀nyí tí olóyè ṣàbẹ̀wò sí láìpẹ́ yìí. Ó dàbí ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá lọ náà ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ wá jáde arápẹrẹ pé ìrìn àjò yẹn ó sì so rere. Nínú àwọn ẹni wàhálà nílùú yẹn tí ìṣe lédè wa, wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní complain pé lédè Sunday Igboho sọ ilà ìlú àti jẹnẹjẹnẹ ó ti wà lára wọn. Ẹ gbọ́ bí fọ́nrán náà ti lọ.
So guys, the presence of Sunday Igboho in Kaba among the Okun people is already causing a sort of a sleepless night for some people. Some people are beginning to worry about his presence. Just listen to what this guy has to say about his presence.
Good day to the people of Kogi West and the people of Kaba. Today is 16th of April, Thursday. So I'm calling the good people of Kogi West, particularly Kaba. We know that Sunday Igboho is here in Kaba presently. So we are calling the good people of Kogi West and Kaba and Kogi State entirely that the state government should know why he's here, so that this person will all know his actions. No need for me to explain more. So he's here. We know that it might cause violence to the people in the society, causing tribalism, nepotism, and discriminatory tendencies which people are facing. And I know he will brought those things that he is doing in many states, particularly in Oyo and other parts of the states in Nigeria. So the state government should know why this.
After you listen to that audio, and what do you think? Because the guy raises questions like, Sunday Igboho presence in Kaba, among the Okun people, among his own people, will cause a sort of a disunity, tribalism, insecurity. But that is not how I see it, because Sunday Igboho presence were in Kaba, and among the Okun people is a renewal of hope that there might be solution to the problem facing the Okun people. And what is that problem? The issue of insecurity, kidnapping, banditry within those areas. Anyway, guys, if you have other thoughts, let me know.
ẹ rí i pé ẹrẹ tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n gbé fídíò sójú rẹ̀ lẹ́lẹ́kejì yẹn àwòrán kejì tẹ́ ń wò ẹ rí i pé Fúlàní lẹni náà ẹ rí i pé jìnnìjìnnì wà lára rẹ̀ ń tà sọnù olóyè Akínyìn kó àbẹ̀wò ẹ kú ọmọ sí ilẹ̀ òní mú yín lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè ayé tí ń sọ yóò ní rí yín mú kò sí bí yóò ṣe wà láyé táyé òní máa sọ̀yàn téèyàn bá tirẹ̀ àjò yẹn bá ti dá nínú ayé ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí ń sọ yóò ní rí yín mú lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè ìkọ́ ìkọ́bálá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ máa lọ rí ẹ máa bọ̀ rí àbúrò ní yín ṣe o lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùà ẹ ní ṣubú dànù nàyún lọ báyìí àyún bọ́ báyìí lọ́wọ́ máa yún ẹnu alátàbọ̀ yín ò máa dáa kò ní sí wàhálà lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè lábà láàrin yẹn ibi tó lọ níbi táwa lọ náà gbá mi ètò gángan lénìí ọ̀rọ̀ kan wáyé tá a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láìpẹ́ yìí ní fídíò abẹ́ta àbí mẹ́rin sẹ́yìn táwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ń pariwo revolution tí mo wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú àwọn ọmọ ọ̀dọ́ tẹ̀ ń wò ló la kan lòdì ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ Sowore allegation kan VeryDarkMan náà sì fèsì torí gbogbo ayé wọ́n rò pé tí Nàìjíríà ó bá dàrú VeryDarkMan ni wọ́n lò láti fi rúgbó ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wá sì ń rí VeryDarkMan bí ẹni tó ti látàn lòdì à ń rí bí ẹni tó látàn lòdì èmi tí mo dúró gan rí bí ẹni tó látàn lòdì nítorí wípé jọ́kìnní àná tí wọ́n ní EFCC gbé tó lọ complain no bank nípa owó màmá rẹ̀ tí GTB bank ń yọ tẹ́ bá rántí dáadáa ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yìí tí ìpọ́dún kan last year ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kò ìpọ́dún bíi June last year lọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ báwọn FCC ṣe rá VeryDarkMan mú nìyẹn ní GTB l'Abuja wọ́n bá gbé gbígbé tí wọ́n gbé ó dàgbọ́ wọn ìjọ́ kẹta àbí ìjọ́ kejì náà tó jùlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn lọ́ọ̀yà rẹ̀ ìyẹn Dèjì Adéyanjú nígbà tí wọ́n fi VeryDarkMan lẹ̀ tó dé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wà wọ́ndà pé kí ni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbé ṣé èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ complain pé báńkì yẹn ti ṣe kejì máa ní kí ni dẹ́sì tá ṣe gbé VeryDarkMan doni kò sẹ́dá láàyè tó mọ̀ VeryDarkMan lẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ ẹ̀rín ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rín a rí pé kò inú ọ̀rẹ́ òfin bẹ́ẹ̀ bàjẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀ ni táwọn èèyàn rò pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ ni tí VeryDarkMan náà ṣe nígbà náà lọ́n tẹ́ bá rántí mo ṣe fídíò kan mo ní trust ọkùnrin yìí because mo mọ àwọn tó òṣèlú tó wà ń ta mo mọ̀ wọ́n mo ṣe rí tá máa fẹ́ ra èèyàn wọ́n lè ṣe bí ní arrest èèyàn tẹ́ ẹ rò pé owó ti fọlọ́pàá gbé tẹ́lẹ̀ náà ó dé tí ó dé towótowó lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí VeryDarkMan dé odò lówó odò lọ́rọ̀ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ China ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kó mọ́tò kó gbogbo ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ̀ àti wàá di nǹkan allegedly ni omi sọ pé VeryDarkMan gbowó ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn ń fojú wò pé ṣé kìí ṣe pé àjẹ́ tó ké lánàá tọmọ wa kú lẹ́nìí ṣé kìí ṣàjẹ́ àná tó ké ló pa ọmọ tó kú lónìí jẹ ayé bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ro ìròkúrò sí VeryDarkMan lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí àwọn ADC wá ṣe ìwọ́de tó mú ògbóǹtagì olóṣèlú kan Alhaji Atiku Abubakar tó ń gan fi dúró gbámú despite pé bàbá ara ti di gẹrẹyẹ ibi gẹrẹyẹ tágbàtágbà máa rè ó ti wà lára bàbá ń tẹ̀ jẹ́jẹ́ ni kò sí gìrìgìrì lára bàbá má bàbá gan tí èèyàn bá wù wọn dáadáa ní lórí ìrìn ADC yẹn èèyàn fẹ́ lè sọ fún wọn pé kò mọ́ contest torí pé ó kún tààrà bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu gan tó ń ṣe ju títí Alhaji Atiku lọ ẹni bá watch fídíò yẹn dáadáa ẹ rí i pé bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tó lókun ju Alhaji Atiku lọ ìtì mo fẹ́ fàyọ rèé o gbogbo wọn dáná lọ́n tí gbogbo àwọn ṣàǹkóṣàǹkó òṣèlú yìí dúró ẹni tí wọ́n ń retí ń bẹ̀ tẹ́ mọ̀ pé yóò jẹ́ kíráàdù yẹn ó yọyẹ tí ó lárinrin tí ó lókìkí ní kí wọ́n rí VeryDarkMan ó kọ̀ kò yọjú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ pé ọ̀gbẹ́ni yìí oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ wá ń wáyé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ VeryDarkMan oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wáyé lórí VeryDarkMan ìwọ̀n àmú kankan wálé ní fídíò kan wá ó wá lálẹ́ hù pa bí ọ̀wàrà jò tọmọ Haúsá kan sọ pé òun ò believe nínú VeryDarkMan bóun ti mọ̀ pé lágbà tó ti ṣe kíni ẹ má tiẹ̀ onídìí kí n fẹ́ náà ara mi sọ ẹ̀yin náà wo fídíò rẹ̀ bó ṣe lọ.
The reason I do not like VeryDarkMan is because of all the people I have seen in Nigeria who make content about Nigeria, of all the youth in Nigeria, of everyone that I have seen from social media, I don't know on the boots on the ground, from social media, there is no one in Nigeria right now that has the power to start a revolution like VeryDarkMan. Nobody in Nigeria right now has the power to start a revolution like VeryDarkMan. Why has he not done it? Why has he never come out and called for a revolution? Why has the things he has seen in Nigeria never gotten him so angry to say, you know what, fuck this shit? Because for him, this system works. This system works for VeryDarkMan. He makes his living off of your pain. He needs this system to stay in place. He needs to keep going to state and talking nonsense. He needs y'all to keep giving him money. He needs to be an activist. He needs all of this. He needs this system is exactly how, like, this guy goes to sleep every night. He's like, I love Nigeria. He wakes up in the morning, stretches. I love Nigeria. Not the idea of what Nigeria could be. He loves Nigeria as it is. I see him for what he is. That's why I don't like him. Because you have nobody in Nigeria. There is nobody in the whole youth of Nigeria. Nobody has the power to start a revolution. There have been so many deaths that if this man wanted, he could have gotten up and said, fuck this shit. Let's get rid of all of them. Nobody has the power like VeryDarkMan or VeryBlackMan or whatever the fuck. But he refuses because, again, he makes a living off of your pain.
Alright, so my brother, I get your point. So you were saying that VeryDarkMan have this power. He has so much influence on a lot of youths. A lot of Nigerians believe in VeryDarkMan. He has the power to call for a revolution, and a lot of people are going to come out. But why haven't VeryDarkMan done it yet? You see, I am self-aware. I know the influence I have. From the day we did the Rattle events at the Abuja Stadium and all the crowd, from our monthly events, the amount of youths that come out, the foot soldiers, the people on ground, they are all there. Why haven't VeryDarkMan called for a revolution? I've asked myself that question. But then I always get the answer. Why? Which people am I calling a revolution? On behalf of what people? These Nigerians? Come on, I can't do that. These Nigerians? Against who? Who am I calling the revolution against? Against these politicians? These leaders? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. And you know why? These politicians that you see as bad, as evil, as demonic, they are the exact reflection of who the people are. These Nigerians are more bad and more evil than the politicians that you see in power. I swear to God, an average Nigerian is worse than the politician. You see? Okay, let's say we lead a revolution like you all want. Who are the youth, or who are the people that are going to replace this leader? We kick Tinubu out, kick Shetima, come out all these people. Which youth? What kind of orientation do they have? What kind of mindsets do they have? Are they responsible enough to take charge of this country? What youth are you talking about? Who are you going to put in power? Are they productive enough? Let's start with my own state, Edo State, the youth and the mindsets that they have there. Most of them do fraud. You go to Edo, you go to Delta, most of them, they press. Asaba boys, Benin boys, they press. Now you ask yourself, what do they do with that money? Some of them clean up $500,000, $300,000, $1 million. What do they do? First things first, they buy a beautiful car. They buy a house, then they open a club or they open a hotel. When you go to Edo State, Benin, you see hotel. Do you see the mindset? Then guess what? They pack security. They follow. They say, wow. Most of the youth want to do exactly what these politicians are doing, but they want to do it better. The youth that you have in Nigeria want to steal better than the politicians. What orientation do they have? Are they productive enough? Somebody have never stolen $1 million and thought about creating 1 million employment. Those are the people that you want to put in power. People that all they think about is lau. Buy, spray money for club, do this one, buy the... Now those people you won't put for power, they will finish the country.
VeryDarkMan bọ́ta ó defend rẹ̀ ó jẹ́ kó yé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn pé n tẹ́ ń wò yẹn kì í ṣe tó nìkan tó lè dédé kù fèrè ṣe nítorí àwọn kùdìẹ̀kùdìẹ̀ tó ti rí látẹ̀yìnwá pé àwọn èèyàn olóòótọ́ pé kò sóòótọ́ pé ó sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa ensars ní táwọn ọ̀dọ́ dánwò ó ní ẹlòmínú àwọn ọ̀dọ́ gan ó sàn ju ó ní ẹlòmínú àwọn tó wà ní tí ń ṣèjọba tàkùn lóṣèlú lórí burúkú yìí ó ní wọ́n sàn ju aráàlú gan mí gan lọ. Tẹ́ ẹ bá dẹ̀ ní gbogbo apátá la máa ń sọ pé ìwà àbàjẹ́ tí ń bẹ lára àwọn aráàlú ó ju tàwọn tó wà níjọba lọ. Ìyẹn tó wà lára wa ń ta là ń gbé wọ inú ìjọba lọ. Ìyẹn tó wà lára àwọn èèyàn níta. Ok, irú àwọn tá a rí tí wọ́n wà nínú ADC àwọn youth tá a rí yẹn tẹ́mi fúnra mi tí mo mú fídíò wọn wáyé tá a tún wá padà bá àwọn méjèèjì gẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń lo red scarf àti bọ̀bọ̀ Peter yẹn tá a wá padà bá wọn ní ọ́fíìsì APC kan kí ni wọ́n lọ ṣe ń bẹ̀ lásìkò tí wọ́n ń ṣèwọ́de wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn kan ní àwọn APC tọ́tí àjọjú kò sọ̀rọ̀ náà kí ni wọ́n ṣe ń bẹ̀ kí ló fún yín láṣọ láti pé gbogbo tó ń ṣe yẹn wọ́n ń ṣe nítorí aráàlú tí kì í bá ṣe pé torí àpò tiwọn gbogbo àwọn kinní ló gba èrò ṣé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ yìí lẹ́ẹ̀fìn nǹkan lé lọ́wọ́ lọ́la àwọn ò ní kọ́kọ́ mọ orúkọ sọ́dọ̀ ara wọn gbogbo tí VeryDarkMan sọ èmi náà ti bùsà náà mo kíyèsí oògùn bẹ́ẹ̀ o àbá wa mọ̀ tábàárà ẹni tó pinnu rẹ̀ bá yàtọ̀ sí tí VeryDarkMan ṣe ẹ dákun ẹ bá fi sábẹ́ àríwísí káwọn èèyàn kan fi kinní ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni nípa ọ̀rọ̀ revolution tí àwọn èèyàn máa ń pariwo gbogbo gbà ẹjọ́ nítorí tọ́lọ́wọ́n bá fídíò kan wà tí mo fẹ́ mú wá tẹ́ fi mọ èrò tí VeryDarkMan tó fi yàtọ̀ sí títí àwọn ẹ̀yà rẹ̀ yòókù tí wọ́n ń retí ẹ̀ ní àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí ń retí VeryDarkMan èrò tí ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ bọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ stọ́dì VeryDarkMan dáadáa wípé òun ò láìkì òṣèlú kò láìkì ẹ̀ nítorí láìkì ni pé kóun mọ agitate fún bí Nàìjíríà ó ṣe gòkè insecurity tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bí olóṣè lọ tamáyàyàn jẹ kó dúró láti gbẹ nìyẹn là títí ẹ̀ nìyẹn bọ̀ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ rò pé revolutionalist ni kì í VeryDarkMan kì í ṣe revolutionalist o in tó tẹ̀ láti defend nínú fídíò rẹ̀ nìyẹn àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ó lérò ó sì lè pull crowd if ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní expect ẹ̀ tí VeryDarkMan bá dúró nìkan yóò mọ rí bí Ọlọ́run ni ṣùgbọ́n èrò rẹ̀ ó yàtọ̀ sí báwo yẹn ṣe ń rò ó wọ́n rí pé tí bá ń fa ara ya lórí ìyànjẹ tàbí bọ́lọ̀pàá bá fa wàhálà àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan fa wàhálà àwọn èèyàn máa ń rò pé tí wọ́n bá dìde láti jà fún kí orílẹ̀-èdè ó dá dúró àbí kí orílẹ̀-èdè ó lè gba ìdáǹdè pé irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ayé ó tẹ̀lé VeryDarkMan ń ṣe irú táìpù bẹ́ẹ̀ o ìtòtẹ́ láti prove nínú fídíò yẹn nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n tí ó bá wà contrary to your own opinion you can ẹ lè fi sábẹ́ àríwísí káwa náà tún kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ látara yín ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ láàrin yẹn VeryDarkMan àwọn tó wá ṣe fídíò kan lẹ́fìmọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí VeryDarkMan máa ń ṣe wọ́n discover àwọn ọ̀bọ̀n kan táwọn ọmọ Haúsá kan tán display nínú yàrá wọ́n wá ń sọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ táyé dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ ẹni bá gbọ́ Haúsá dáadáa ó gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ fídíò yẹn màá mú wá sìn àti ibi tó ti bá defence minister wí pẹ̀lú gbogbo tí defence minister sọ láti wé àwọn kan ní wọ́n ká sínú Nàìjíríà àmì àwọn tó ti gbé sùn mọ̀mí rí tí wọ́n ti pààyàn rí. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn fídíò méjèèjì yẹn kò gbà wá lákòókò, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ sáré wò ó.
Kun ga baki da baki. Allah mai iko. Wai ko na ma kamar cikin gari kuke kai ko? Duk masu makaman ne na. Ka duba ga sun damu daki da fankokin su. Hai. Allah wahi. Masha Allah, Allah mun gode maka. Allah mun gode. Ga gida nan ka gani iya ganin ka dan uwa. Umma fata alkhairi, umma sada dai dole da kaji duk daidai. Ga sunan dai. Kai, Allah wai, Allah kenan. Ga kontina. Ga rasha ga a'a. Kaji manya.
Alright, so in this video, they had 10 AK-47 assault rifles on the wall. Then on the ground, they had like 4 big machine guns with bullets everywhere. They did not hide their face, as you can see. Now, let me interpret what they were saying in Hausa. The first thing he said is, Kunge Beki de Beki. That is, you can see the black on black. It's telling us the color of the gun. Then he went on saying, oh, you can see our granules, meaning the bullets. Then he went on saying, it is now time for them to go into the world. Then he now started thanking God for the ammunition that they have. Now, this particular video, they did not hide their face because they are not scared of anything. And as you all know, these people are on TikTok, they are everywhere on social media, they don't care, they challenge the government, they talk, and they do whatever thing they say they want to do. Just a few days ago, about 2 days ago, in Kwara State, over 100 and something persons, the kidnappers displayed them. Boko Haram displayed all of them because the Kwara State government, according to Boko Haram, Kwara State government lied that it was just 30 persons that were kidnapped. So Boko Haram now claim that there are over 30, that the government is lying. So to prove that they are the ones saying the truth, they are the ones saying the truth, they brought out over 100 persons that involve women and children, and they put all these things in display. Now this my video is to the Minister of Defense, who was the former Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa. Sir, with all due respect, I personally am one of the persons that prayed that you become the Minister of Defense. And I believe a lot of Nigerians also prayed that you become the Minister of Defense. Till today, you have not felt your impact in anything. You have just been giving us quotes upon quotes upon quotes. You have the best quotes. You just say, today, the terrorists, they will feel our presence. Tomorrow you will talk. Next tomorrow they will talk. But every day, these things keep increasing. These people are growing in strength. This whole thing, let's use Kwara now as case study. In Kwara, it started with that CAC church. After the CAC church, they burnt a community down. They carried a lot of people. Even today, there was still another report from that same Kwara state. Today, Minister of Defense, to be very honest, I'm not going to lie, I'm not happy with your job. And I believe a lot of Nigerians are not happy too. Because how come? These people are not even hiding their faces. Terrorists, they celebrate, they pull guns, and you don't know where they don't say, no. You don't know where they. Now you ask yourself a question, how do they bring this gun into the country? You are the Minister of Defense for a reason. How do they bring this gun into this country? If you ask me, I'll say they bring this thing through the sea. All those big ship, they'll just transfer and go small and the thing will just go another place, go anchor. They'll carry those things. You tell your Navy men to walk. If not through custom, you'd be Minister of Defense for a reason. It's sickening at this point. It's sickening at this point. If nobody won't talk, man, it's now becoming like an everyday life. Very soon now we'll turn to Iraq, I've been in Iran. Very soon we'll turn to Libya. From Borno State now, they don't talk. Now, if you say over 500 people were died in Borno, nobody cares. Because everybody's like, Borno, they're normal thing. Then there's Benue, then there's Jos. Now, Kwara State, it don't return normal. Terrorism there, don't return to normal thing. And we get Minister of Defense. Sir, with all due respect, it's time for you to start doing something. Because to me, you're not doing anything. It can't be as if I waste my prayer, says they carry you to Minister of Defense. But if I say you know they do anything, if I see, anytime I see that the Minister of Defense is talking, you could just drop one quote where go make everybody believe say tomorrow all the terrorists on Nigeria don't finish. Next tomorrow you go drop another quote where go be as if the whole terrorists for this world don't finish. You have the best quote in the history of quotes. Work rate. Your quotes na 98%. Your work rate 2%. So I cannot do that this year now. Cannot do that this year. At least get your men together. That Kwara State, help them. Alright, so the news says federal government to reintegrate 744 repentant terrorists into society. The federal government has announced that 744 former terrorists and victims of violent extremism are to be reintegrated into society following their graduation from the federal government's the radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration camp under Operation Safe Corridor. 744, according to the government, repentant terrorists of violent extremism. So these people are going to be sent back to the society. Now, do you know what this means? Since there have never been any news before, we have never seen any news in this country where they said that the soldiers, the military, arrested 744 terrorists in a spot or at a particular operation. So what this news means is that for every time the military, the armed forces, for every time they go for an operation and they successfully capture these terrorists and they take them back to their base, to their commander, instead of doing the needful, or take them to the court, instead of the court to do the needful, so that they can reduce the number of these terrorists, they keep them. And for every operation, they have been doing this and they have been keeping them. That's why they were able to amount to 744 that are being sent back into the society. First things first, where is the encouragement for the military? Where is the encouragement for the soldiers?
Ìròyìn àti VeryDarkMan jẹ́ lẹ́rìí. Ìròyìn tó jẹ́ nìyẹn. Ó lè ní crowd. Kó lérò tó pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. He's not the type. He's not a revolutionist. Kì í ṣe àwọn tí máa jà pé bó o lè ṣe títí ẹni pé tó kàn agitate fún ni pé bó o lè ṣe níyànyàn jẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ lè ṣe lè fi ọwọ́ ọlá gbá àwọn èèyàn lójú ìjà tí òun jà ń tiẹ̀ ní ẹ pé wọ́n yàtọ̀ síra wọn ìjà tiẹ̀ nìyẹn kò sí nǹkan tó kàn pé bóyá ẹja dojú ìjọba kan bolẹ̀ kí ìjọba kan ó lè bá dìde kò sí tó kàn bọ̀ ó jọgá tí kò jọgá tí ntẹ́ bá rí sáàárín yẹn afẹ́rí lábẹ́lá àríwísí ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ pé ẹ wo ètò tòní lágbára ọlọ́ọ̀bà ní fọ́ gbogbo yín lójú o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bá wa ṣí ààrẹ náà adúpẹ́ gidi gan adúpẹ́ pé òkun ẹ̀ ní fọwọ́ yín yẹn ẹ̀ ní fi gbọ́mọ sí lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà la máa padà pàdé lórí ìkànnì nígbà tá a bá tó ń mú àkọ́tún ètò mi wá èmi ń tiyín tòótọ́ bàbá àṣà.